Let's go to safeties. There's 9 of them. Marques Buford, Jr., 5'11", 190. Myles Farmer, Jr., 6'3", 200.
He's a junior.
He's been here for 13 years as well. Noa Pola-Gates, Jr., 6 foot, 180. DeShon Singleton, he was a junior college transfer a year ago, I believe. 6'3", 205. Koby Bretz, the sophomore from Omaha Westside, 6'2", 210. Collier, the sophomore, the transfer from Florida, 6'1", 180. Kaine Williams, sophomore, 6'2", 200. Jalil Martin, redshirt freshman, 6'2", 200. Then Rahmir Stewart, freshman, 6 feet, 195. Yeah, go back to Myles Farmer there for a second. I mean, one of my memories, Dave, I'm going out to Denver this week to see you, but I remember being out there during the COVID year when we played Northwestern in the whatever that third week of the season that one was. And that was one of the first times, a young Farmer got out there on the field, and he had 2 interceptions in that game. But that was 2020.
So, that year didn't count.
Yeah. So here we are. This is he's still a junior, and he brings good size to the safety room. I certainly see him getting a lot of the play time, and Buford as well. I mean, those two guys. But is this a year where can Pola-Gates? We mentioned guys like Snodgrass and some guys that have been on the team for a few years and just maybe need a new set of eyes looking at him. Pola-Gates, came here with all of the accolades. He was in the Polynesian Bowl and 4-star big time recruit, and we just haven't seen it quite on the field. So whether that's in special teams or can he actually start to get out there, if we're running a 3-3-5, a nickel back, we're going to get into some of those 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back situations. Can he get his way on the field that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, remind me, so Kaine Williams was one of the transfers from Alabama, is that right?
Yeah, why am I drawing a blank on that?
And did he transfer in for this class, or was he last year? We've got so many new names, and we've got a couple familiar ones here, but him and Corey Collier, I'm trying to picture on when we get those guys transferred in.
Kaine Williams
came from Florida.
Yeah, he came from Alabama, and in 2022 he did not play. He was a redshirt freshman.
Okay, so that was from last year's coaching staff. And Corey Collier is this year's coaching staff and from Florida.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 3.
Collier's an interesting guy too, because I think Rule was actually recruiting him in high school back in like 2019, which before he went over to the Panthers. So then, like as soon as he entered the transfer portal, he was like a Husker almost immediately. So it's we got a bunch of offers, but so that's for me that's interesting because he's a sophomore, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw him get playing time because he's a guy that Rule's been watching for a long time, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A guy that I'm keeping my eye on, and I'm a big in-state kid, Koby Bretz, Omaha Westside, and he was there the same year when, and my brain is going blank. The guy that went to Oregon from Omaha Westside, the defensive back,
Dickerson,
Avante Dickerson. He was the big 4-star kid. Well, that same year that we didn't get Dickerson, we got Bretz out of the same secondary. But Bretz comes with some more size. Obviously, he's playing safety, and a bigger kid like that. It'll be interesting to see him if he gets some play time out there, especially in those early games. Against Northern Illinois, against Louisiana Tech. If we can get some of these guys out there, there's opportunities, I think, for some of those young guys to get a few snaps. But, again, if it's not on defense, it's going to be special teams. How do they get some of these young guys onto the field early? I think you're going to see it there with special teams.